Hi, and welcome to Edge-CGI. My name is Eugene. This is a follow-up to the alien creature sculpting tutorial. This time we're going to take the model that we did there and learn to export it from ZBrush in such a way that uh, Keyshot recognizes it without having to use KeyshotBridge in case you have no access to it, and then find a good dramatic lighting solution in Keyshot and see how we can export passes from there, and then bring those passes into Photoshop and composite it to get the final image. Okay, here we are in ZBrush again. As you can see, I kind of went ahead and did some polypainting on this guy. It's nothing fancy, just a couple of colors, spots here and there, just kind of designating areas, differentiating between them. Now the idea behind what we're going to do is we want to transfer this to Keyshot, and with a plugin like KeyshotBridge you could do it with a click of a button. But for those who don't have KeyshotBridge available to them, there is a workaround that we're going to utilize right now. And the idea behind it is that you can create a texture map from polypainting and a normal map for detailing, but we need UVs for this in order for this to work. So we're going to start with generating some UVs now. Okay, so as you can see, we have several subdivision levels here. We go to the lowest one first, then go here to Z plugin, UV master, and just click and wrap. Nothing else. We just need to generate some UVs real fast. Okay, so it did its thing. Now if we kind of go down here, there is a UV map tab here. Now we kind of want to scroll this all the way to the right for maximum resolution. If we click more of UV, you can see our separate UV islands here, but I mean it's not such a big a deal for what we're kind of doing here. Alright, so next tab, close this, texture map. There it is. Alright, so we need to go to highest subdivision level for this, now that we have our UVs generated. Let's do its thing, kind of slow. Alright. And then go to texture map here, create, new from polypaint. Okay, so here's our map generated. There it is. Now we kind of want to clone this. Click clone texture. Alright. It's kind of slow a bit. Now it goes up here to the texture tab, and you can see it here. Now before exporting, click flip vertically, because ZBrush kind of flips all the textures V in V scale, and then click export. Okay, so let's call it something like color map. Alright, I'll go with PNG, click save. Okay, now for the normal map. Now we need to generate details, and we're not going to use lowest subdivision model for that, because Keyshot kind of supports higher resolution models. Usually you would use displacement map to kind of calculate the difference between high and low resolutions, but it's not supported in Keyshot for now, so we're going to use normal map instead. Okay, so here's the highest subdivision level. This is where the details will be projected from. And this is the lowest one. Okay, so but we're not going to use this one because the difference is too drastic to capture all the details, and the topology is automatic. So for our purposes, we'll kind of find, I don't know, a good spot, 4, 3 maybe. I'll forget 3 and click a little lower. And this is what we'll be exporting eventually. So okay, now our lowest subdivision level is this. We create normal map by just clicking this button here, in the normal map tab. Here's our normal map, and we just click clone and M here, click normal map, and it will be transported into the texture tab, just like the usual color texture that we just generated. Here it is. Before clicking export, click flip V, and then click export. Alright, normal map, both PNG as well. Alright, and click save here. Alright, now, okay, kind of need some time. Okay, so now we're going to export the model itself. We'll just go to geometry, make sure we're on the lowest subdivision level. Click export. Find our folder here. And just, I don't know, head. Okay, this will do. Okay. It's written out. Alright, so now let's head to Keyshot. Here we are in Keyshot. Let's import our head first. Click import. Find our folder here. Head. Open. We'll be importing several models here, eyes and head, so we need to keep location original and size, keep it original as well. The rest can be left at defaults. It's no big deal. Materials, geometry, click import. Okay, and there it is. Okay, you can see that it's kind of stuck in the ground since it's in the original position, but we'll fix this eventually. Also, it has the texture, but it's an automatic one that has been generated by Zbrush, and we'll use the one that we've generated ourselves. Now let's import the eyes. Click import again, find our folder here. Okay, there it is. Add to scene, very important. The rest is keep original as well, import. There's our eyes. Okay, now we need to snap both of them to the ground, so let's add them to the group first. Right click both of these models here, select add to group, new group, I don't know, call it something, I call mine Geo, okay. Then with this selected, just use either move tool or click snap to ground, and it gets snapped. Alright. Okay, from here we can start playing with the materials. Just type in the material palette here in the library, I'll type skin, and there's human skin presets. Also there's this default translucent material, but I kind of prefer going with skin because I've noticed there's some weird issues with details on translucent materials. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, I don't know. So we'll go with skin here. Okay, so there it is, it's loaded. Alright, you can see it's updating real time. Okay, so let's click the material tab here in the project window. This black default material is eyes, so let's kind of take care of them as well. Now let's try getting something shiny, maybe how about this paint gloss? Okay, drop it down. Well, kind of might work. That might work. Let's change the refraction to something like 135. Okay. Alright. Okay, go back to human skin. And let's punch our textures in. Okay, so here's color. Let's switch to default with what we've generated, color map PNG. Right next to it you can see the one that's been generated automatically. Okay, so we've loaded our texture. There you can see it gets swapped, color changes. Okay, let's check if everything's okay here. Everything seems normal. Okay, now bump, double click it, and go into our folder here. Select our normal map, and now we'll kind of see the details popping out. And there. Okay, so you all can already see all the details start being visible. Okay, now let's tweak this a bit. Let's change surface color first. I'd like to go with some paler color, and this color is basically mixed with your texture. I'll go with this kind of pale gray. Now this subsurface color is basically the scatter light color, and since our blood vessels are red, we can use this. Now there's too much translucency going on here, especially in the mouth area. You can see it. So I'm kind of tweaking it right now. 2.5, maybe 1.5 or 2. Let's go with 1.5 here. Okay, this looks a bit better now. Okay, how about, okay, let's leave it at 1.5. Now, there's specularity settings here, but we're not going to tweak them right now, because we're going to play with some environment lighting conditions first. Okay, so let's head to Environment tab now. Oh, before that, we could kind of use some camera settings first. There's free camera and camera 1. You can add your own cameras. We'll go with camera 1 for now. Okay, so what I like to do is I like to change focal length to kind of make it look like a telephoto lens, this kind of thing, like long focal range, long focal distance lens, which is used in portraits a lot. Kind of make this more compressed feeling to it. Okay, and then we kind of tweak our view here a bit. Kind of trying to match what I had in the on the preview picture to the previous tutorial. Now, if you click this floppy button here and lock it, you cannot move it anymore. And if you go back to free camera now, you can move it whatever you want, check it around, and when you click at camera 1 again, with saved camera 1, it will snap back to the what you have saved, to the viewport that you have saved, which is pretty kind of useful. Okay, now in the environment, let's change the background color to black first to kind of make it pop a bit more. And okay, let's start playing with the environments here first. Let's drag one of these defaults here. And here's the cool thing. While working with the defaults, you can, or any HDRI map in Keyshot, you can just click the preview, and this settings menu will pop up, and you can change it. You can rotate it, tilt it. There's a lot of like tweaks you can do to it, but the one I like the most is pins here. So you can add these pins. As you can see, this highlight is has appeared, and there's set highlight button, and if you press it, it will allow you to choose where you want the highlight to be on the model, like a lot like reversed lighting kind of thing. And you can see if I kind of click different parts of a model in the preview, the white pin moves accordingly. So let's get back there. And there's another cool thing. Let's add another pin, and if we change its value, its color to black, and its blending mode to alpha, it will be, and I'm increasing the radius here, it will be like a light absorbing thing. You can create areas of darkness right in your HDRI map. Even the default map can be tweaked in this with these instruments, and you kind of don't even need to search any HDRI maps online or shoot your own. For the most, most scenarios, you kind of can get away with using defaults with these pins. Okay, so sometimes it's just easier to drag them in this window here instead of clicking on the model. Let's increase the radius a bit. And what I'm trying to achieve is I'm trying to get the trying to make this model lit from both sides, but leave the middle part dark. Kind of involves a lot of tweaking and changing and experimentation here. Let's add another pin, make it dark again. It's off screen a bit here, but you get the idea. Okay. Alright, so we're kind of getting there now. So with increasing the radius, that's pretty much the look I'm aiming towards. Okay. Okay, nice. Really moody. Okay, just maybe drag it around a bit. Okay, let's close this. And now let's kind of think about the dark. We kind of need to lit the dark area. It's kind of need to still be. We kind of need to be able to distinguish details in that area. So here's another pin. This time it's just white. Okay, so this will involve a lot of dragging around. Because sometimes it's hard to see what's happening with the live preview, especially with subsurface scattering material. It doesn't update fast enough, so we have to wait a bit to kind of see the changes. Alright, you can see that the dark areas get calculated last here in the preview image. And take a notice that everything about the HDRI is dynamic, so camera exposure kind of shifts accordingly. So it's both like and unlike lighting in Max or Maya. Okay, so I'm still kind of not sure where to place this pin. As you can see, now it's a bit too dark. Let's raise it a bit. Okay. I guess we're pretty close. Even if it looks a bit too dark here right now, it's okay, because we're going to be doing a little bit of post-processing in Photoshop. And everything that's just a bit dark can be then readjusted later. But if it's overblown, if it's light, then the information there is lost. Okay, so maybe we could... okay, let's increase the bump height in the skin material here to make details more visible. Okay. Okay, and now we can start adjusting the specularity, roughness especially. Right now it's 0.1, but we'll change it to maybe 0.25, 0.05. It's just kind of involves playing a bit with it. 0.1 might work nice, actually. Let's use global illumination here. We kind of decided to do a separate glossiness pass, so we switch to global illumination on both global settings and in material settings, and go to the render tab here. And here in the quality submenu, you can leave everything by default. Don't forget to enable clown path for this one. Let's go with PNG. A clown path will enable us to select and isolate areas easier. Okay, so let's designate the folder, output folder of the renderer, call it main pass, and change the resolution here a bit, and hit render. Oh, and it kind of the prompt pops up. They want you to save HDRI image, and you should do it. Because if you don't, it may revert back to defaults prior to rendering and start rendering with the default. So you better save it. And we'll need it later, actually. So it's a good idea to save it. Now it may take a while, so I'll just pause the video for now. Okay, so here it is. Here we're back. Let's make another pass, glossiness pass. Okay, so let's change the material type here to something like, I don't know, advanced. We just need to get rid of all the color information there and leave the only the glossiness information. So let's disable the texture, select the diffuse color, make it black. Okay, and then go down here. Oh yeah, and make the specular white, specular color white. Okay, now this is basically our specular pass that we'll be adding on top in Photoshop. And all the rest of these can be left at default for now. Okay, so let's render this out. Oh yeah, and let's make eyes. Let's apply this material to the eyes as well, just in case. Hit render. Disable clown pass. We have one. We don't need another one. Okay, change the name something like gloss. Okay, hit render. And it starts rendering. We'll keep it here. Okay. Okay. Now, for the ambient occlusion. For the ambient occlusion, we are going to use just matte material here, matte gray. But change the color from gray to white, pure white. And also change the environment to all white here. Now it's like a uniform lighting coming from all directions at once. And only the most occluded areas will be dark. So let's render this one out as well. And call it AO, Ambient Occlusion. Hit render. Now these guys render pretty fast, especially compared to subsurface scattering. Some people grab screenshots, but I prefer to use rendering. Wait a minute. Need to stop it for a sec. Kind of made a mistake there. I forgot to punch in the details here. Since we changed the material, our bump texture is now disabled. So let's reload that. Go back to normal map here. Okay. Set it to UV coordinates, and you can see that these shifts are messed up a bit. Let's zero them out. Okay. Hit render again. Okay, rewrite. Okay, this one is good. Now all the details are visible there. We'll use this for our ambient occlusion pass. Now I realized that I also need some matte pass for the skin. And but I've already overwritten the material, so let's and the environment. So let's load the environment that we saved out. Here it came in handy. Okay, it kind of doesn't load with the first go here. Let's reload it. Okay. No, what's wrong with it? Okay. There it is. Took a couple of tries. But now we kind of need to get the material back. Let's go to the materials palette here, type skin, reapply it, and kind of reload the textures now. Okay, our color and our bump. And the difference between the first pass and this one is that this one will have no glossiness at all. I mean, it will be just matte skin pass in case some areas kind of need to be less shiny than others. And you don't have to make. I mean, I'm not making it 100% match the previous one. Just with translucency, that was 0.5, and aspect specularity, I set it to 0. We need no specular here. Hit render. Call it matte. Okay. Hit render. And there it goes. Alright, we're out of time for now, so stay tuned for the next part of this video where we're going to grab these passes and head into Photoshop for the final compositing. And if you found this tutorial informative, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. And thanks for watching Edge-CGI. See you next time. Bye.